Leaving an unhealthy relationship can be one of the toughest things to do. You may be codependent like myself in all of my previous relationships, so I definitely empathize with what you're going through. My book, The Strength to Walk Away, which is currently available on Amazon, gives several important steps for you to take in order to gain freedom. However, in this video, I'll be discussing 3 proven steps that will certainly help you leave the relationship and live a life of peace and prosperity. The first step to leaving an unhealthy relationship is to become an independent thinker. I can't stress this enough. It's easy for us to lose ourselves in a relationship, which then strips away our identity. We begin to live and breathe in negativity, and that's why it's critical that we start thinking for ourselves. Let's break this down into practical terms. For example, you begin to have no say-so in the daily decisions of the relationship. The choice of what to do, eat, buy, and who to see is always determined by your partner. Obviously, this is no way to live, but you become so consumed with pleasing the other person that your opinions, needs, and wants begin to not matter. This is why taking your life back and making the uncomfortable decisions to no longer be a doormat is essential. You must realize that your voice in life matters. By taking the necessary steps, you will begin to transform into a new person who's aware of what you will no longer tolerate. I don't want you to think that I'm making light of your situation or saying that leaving an unhealthy relationship is easy, but I am saying that you have more of a say-so than what you may believe. Although I was to blame for most of the turmoil in my past, I had to begin thinking for myself and not relying on the opinions of others. Always remember that you matter and your voice and independence is important. The second step to leaving an unhealthy relationship is to have support from friends and family who want the best for you. They are not afraid to be transparent with you no matter how painful it may be. You must let them know about the impending breakup and not be afraid to ask for support. The more honest you are, the better chance that they will know exactly what you need in this time of sorrow and confusion. It may be as simple as helping you move if you're currently living with your partner. If this is the case, you must be able to rely on safe people who don't mind you living with them in the near future. For myself, I could count on a few people after I ended a 4-year toxic relationship. It was extremely difficult for me to leave, but thank God that I was able to move out and stay with a good friend of mine for several months. Don't be embarrassed to ask for help, because if they truly love and care for you, they'll have no issue with extending a hand. I encourage you to write down the names of the people who you know who won't have a problem with helping you out. By writing down names, this will give you additional motivation to end the relationship as soon as possible. I would also advise you to limit the information that you give to the person that you're in a relationship with. I say this because he or she could easily try to stop you from leaving and maybe become more controlling, so it's best to be as strategic as possible. The third step to leaving an unhealthy relationship is to take action and leave. I know it's scary and you have no idea what the future may hold, but at this point, there cannot be any waver in your decision. Again, this will be one of the toughest decisions that you'll make, but I guarantee you that you'll look back and be proud of your decision. If you know in your heart that you deserve better and that you've been taken advantage of throughout the majority of the relationship, then now's the time to take clear and concise action. This may sound like common sense, but it would physically take you putting one foot in front of the other and walking out the door. Gaining the strength to walk away is what it will take to begin a new and productive life. Leaving does not mean that you won't have to continue to heal, but it does mean that you are brave enough to take a leap of faith, knowing that the work will be painful and uncomfortable. Again, I'm not naive to think that everyone's relationship is the same, and it's that simple just to physically walk away. You may be in a situation that would take fleeing the relationship in the middle of the night or leaving when he or she is not at home. But whatever you do, please don't remain in a relationship that's causing you mental, spiritual, or even physical pain. Don't be surprised when the thoughts of confusion and anxiety begins to creep in leading up to you exiting the relationship. This is completely normal. I came up with every excuse known to man prior to me leaving an unhealthy relationship. I'm sure you can as well. We can easily rationalize why staying is the best option, and then we'll look back and realize that the more years have gone by and the relationship is much more toxic. I would love to get your feedback in the comments below. Are you currently in an unhealthy relationship and struggling with the thought of leaving? And if you were previously in a toxic relationship and found the strength to leave, what steps do you take? As I mentioned earlier, I would highly encourage you to pick up a copy of my book, The Strength to Walk Away, on Amazon, because I'm certain that it will bring you value. In fact, I'll be giving out a free copy to the first person who comments on this video and signs up for a free 1-hour coaching session. Please email me directly at lifecoachjscott@gmail.com. With that being said, please be sure to check out the videos on the screen, which gives you more valuable steps to take in order to heal from broken relationships and to overcome the feeling of rejection. Until next time, take care.